Welcome to Wisdom and Wealth, your trusted guide for navigating life's journey with wisdom and financial savvy. If you're over 40 and looking for insights that resonate with your experience, you've come to the right place. We explore timeless principles for a fulfilling life, blending practical advice with thoughtful reflection. Let's dive into a topic that's been on everyone's mind: controlling negative emotions and mastering the mind. It's a journey we're all on, and together, we can gain valuable tools. Before we get started, if you find this content helpful, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us to continue creating content like this for you. The human mind is a powerful instrument, but it often defaults to negativity. It wanders through a landscape of anger, desire, jealousy, and resentment. These emotions, while a natural part of the human experience, can become overwhelming if left unchecked. They can cloud our judgment, damage our relationships, and steal our inner peace. So, the question arises, how can we gain control over this unruly mental landscape? How can we navigate these turbulent emotions and steer our minds toward a more peaceful and productive course? Fortunately, ancient wisdom offers us a path forward. The great teacher, the Supreme Buddha, illuminated a gradual training, a step-by-step approach to cultivating mastery over our negative emotions and thoughts. This isn't a quick fix, but a consistent practice that yields profound results. So, let's embark on this journey together, exploring practical methods for taming the mind and cultivating inner peace. Before we delve into the specific steps, it's crucial to grasp one fundamental principle: awareness. This is the bedrock upon which all mental control is built. Think of it like this: if you are unaware of the thoughts that are running through your mind, you are essentially driving a car blindfolded. You have no idea where you're going or what obstacles lie ahead. To effectively manage your emotions and thoughts, you must first cultivate the ability to observe them without judgment. This means noticing when negative thoughts arise, acknowledging them, and recognizing them for what they are: simply thoughts. This isn't always easy, and it takes practice. Really try to understand what you're thinking and the implications of these thoughts. You need to be fully aware of what you are allowing to pass through your mind. And if you are enjoying this content so far, take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to Wisdom and Wealth. Once you've developed a degree of awareness, the power to control your thoughts becomes accessible. When you catch yourself dwelling on anger, lust, resentment, or jealousy, you have the opportunity to intervene. The first step is to shift your attention to something wholesome, something that evokes feelings of peace and well-being. Think about a time you helped someone in need, a moment of kindness, or a beautiful experience in nature. These wholesome thoughts act as a mental antidote to negativity. They create a positive shift in your emotional state, disrupting the cycle of negative thinking. By consciously choosing to focus on uplifting thoughts, you begin to rewire your brain, making it more inclined towards positivity and less susceptible to negativity. It's like tending a garden. You weed out the unwanted plants and nurture the ones you want to flourish. If shifting to wholesome thoughts proves insufficient, Buddha advises taking the next step: contemplate the disadvantages of indulging in negative emotions. When we are consumed by anger, we must ask ourselves, how is this anger affecting me and those around me? When we harbor lustful thoughts, we must consider the potential consequences of acting on those desires. When we cling to resentment and jealousy, we must recognize the damage we inflict upon ourselves and our relationships. Most of the time we are not aware of these disadvantages. By consciously examining the drawbacks of negative thinking, we create a mental deterrent. We remind ourselves that these emotions are not serving us, they are actively harming us. Remember, even a small thought of anger can be destructive if it grows and festers. If neither shifting your thoughts nor contemplating the disadvantages works, Buddha suggests a third step: pay no attention. This might seem counterintuitive, but it can be surprisingly effective. We give so much attention to our thoughts that they grow. Whenever you give so much attention to something, maybe a thought, it grows again and again, it grows more. It is very similar to a child who falls down and starts to cry. The child will stop crying when he she doesn't get any attention or concern. Like little babies, when we give a lot of attention, when they fall down they start to cry, right? If the parent or the mother or father see that it is not a big deal of falling if mother or father did not give any attention to that baby, what does he do? He just don't care about that. He will stop crying. Same thing goes with our mind. We have to let the thought be a thought without paying much attention. When you just stay away from giving attention, then it will fade away from your mind. By withholding our attention, we deny the thought the fuel it needs to persist. It becomes like a fire deprived of oxygen, gradually fading away until it disappears altogether. If the previous steps prove unsuccessful, Buddha proposes a fourth approach: consciously relax your thought process. This involves shifting from a state of mental agitation to one of calmness and tranquility. Remember that when you are thinking negative thoughts, your mind becomes so much busy, so much rough and distracted. When negative thoughts consume us, our minds become tense, agitated, and scattered. By consciously cultivating a state of relaxation, we create space for clarity and peace. You're thinking, why am I thinking these distractive thoughts, these negative thoughts that are making me so much busy and making me distracted? Right? So what you're going to do is you're relaxing your thought process to something very soft and subtle, maybe like loving kindness, maybe like compassion, right? Maybe like gratefulness. Focus on positive emotions and our thought processes will become much more relaxed. This can be achieved through various practices, such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, or simply focusing on pleasant sensations in the body. Finally, if all else fails, Buddha offers a fifth and final step: crush the thought with awareness. It is important that we do this with great care. Remember that this should not be done by everyone. Only do this with great experience and good practice. Right? You have to be totally aware of your thinking pattern and have a good determination to your mind that I'm not going to think these negative thoughts. This method requires a high level of awareness and mental discipline. It involves confronting the negative thought directly, recognizing its nature, and forcefully rejecting it. Think of it as intercepting a runaway train and bringing it to a halt. However, this technique should be approached with caution, as it can be counterproductive if not executed properly. If you are enjoying these words of wisdom, please subscribe to Wisdom and Wealth. Comparing ourselves to others. In this segment, we will talk about how many kinds of people live in different social states and how it originates in our minds. Then we compare our life with them, right? We compare our problems and our life and our social states with other people's lives. Remember, this comparison is not the problem. This comparison can be used in many ways. This is used to motivate themselves to do more and practice more. Many of us doesn't do that. We compare our life with others and we become frustrated with our life. We see so many pictures of how other people live their life and eat and dress. Currently you may be not in a situation to enjoy your life and you become frustrated. That is why people who visit social media for long times, they have a higher probability of having the social stress and depression and mental stress inside. Because of this frustration due to comparison. So that is the comparison that we need to stop. Right? If you compare your life with someone and if you become motivated to be and develop more inside you, then it's a good one. If you compare, then you become frustrated. Remember, you cannot be someone else, right? We can only be ourselves. If you try to be someone else, that means you're wasting your life. You need to battle with our own weaknesses. We need to try hard to eliminate and destroy our own weaknesses, our own faults, our own bad habits. That is what makes our life develop. You need to focus on your life. How I'm going to develop my good qualities. How I'm going to develop my spirituality. How I'm going to develop my mental strength. Right? But if you merely comparing on other selves and staring others to others' life, and if you do nothing, you will be in the same place forever. To stop this comparison, Buddha explained that we should develop within ourselves, and that is called mudda. Mudda means appreciative joyfulness. The main aim in doing the practicing this mind of mudita the mind of appreciative joyfulness is to eliminate the jealous or the envy that we build up inside by comparing our lives with others. Practice mudita or appreciative joyfulness. Right? Normally when we compare we build up the jealous inside. That is what makes our mind stressed and depressed. So what we need to do is to practice mudita or appreciative joyfulness. So how to practice it? Here's how to do it. Is when you see the good lives of other people. What you need to do is you need to practice your mind to be happy by seeing them, to wish the well-being of their life. You will never be frustrated if you have this mindset. If you can be happy by seeing their good lives, if you can be happy by seeing enjoying others' lives. You have to be happy and you have to say and you have to wish the well-being of others by within from the deepest place in your heart. By doing this, you will build up an inner happiness, right? You are not comparing yourself with others. You become happy by seeing others' success. Whenever you get up early in the morning before you get down from your bed, just sit on the bed, close your eyes and for small 5 seconds you can think, may all the beings in this world become successful. May they enjoy their life. May they be happy forever. Wish the well-being of others. You can be yourself only. You cannot be someone else. The best thing that you can be, you should do, and if you become the best person that you can become, then you don't want to worry about other things, right? You don't want to worry about the talents and the things that you did not have in your life, because that is because you became the best person of yourself. Let's discuss about the overthinking problem. If you are someone who is imagining the worst case scenarios all the time whenever you're going to do something new, if you are such a person, you might be overthinking. The first and the foremost thing that you have to do is to realize that overthinking is not going to help you in the process. If you are overplanning, if you are overanalyzing, it's not going to help you, right? It will distract you. The second thing you can practice to be mindful. There are many ways that our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us to be mindful. One of them is to be mindful about the breathing pattern which we called anapanasati. If you can be more mindful about this inhale and exhale, your mind instantly come to the present moment. You reduce these thousands and thousands and looping thoughts to 2 thoughts. What are those two thoughts? Inhale and exhale. If you recognize when you do these things, you can be mindful. If you're mindful, your mind is in the present moment, and when your mind is in the present moment, your mind is in the peacefulness. If you are peaceful and if you are still, your mind is in the present moment. Start living in the present moment. Right? Another part of overthinking is that the what if question, right? If you're thinking this what if question again and again, you can ask from yourself, what if everything that I did was okay? You can be positive, what if everything that I've planned and I've done was really great? So that can happen. There is always many possibilities for your plans to go okay, so don't be negative always. Think I'm not going to be perfect, right? I cannot be perfect, but I can be the best version of myself. If you are enjoying these words of wisdom, please subscribe to Wisdom and Wealth. When you hear the word karma, the first question that comes to your mind is, what is karma? What is the meaning of this word? If you take a look at the definition of karma, it gives the meaning of action, right? The Buddha said it is intentional action is the karma. Monks, I say that intention is the action or intention is the karma, and intentionally or willingly one performs actions or karma either physically, mentally, or verbally. Now according to the intentions, the karma can be divided into 2 types. Buddha said there are kusala karma and ayala karma. Wholesome actions and unwholesome actions. Actions, and we do certain things with wholesome intentions like love and kindness, compassion, patience, serenity, right? When we do certain things from our body, speech, and our mind with wholesome actions, wholesome intentions, we generate karmas that are wholesome. On the other side of the karma, that is unwholesome actions. Aayusela kama or unwholesome actions is a broader topic, because so many people think that azela kama is something that is bad. There are certain actions that we perform during our day-to-day life, right? There are the things that we do in day-to-day life like talking and writing and like sleeping and traveling. So they are called the unwholesome actions, right? So based on the intention, the karma can be divided into two different parts, and they are wholesome actions and unwholesome actions. Karma and akarma. The word karma comes with this word weak or pa. Now the word pa is a great word to understand about the law of karma. When we plant something, a seed, it has the potential to give the result in the future. If I planted a mango seed, that mango seed has the potential, it has the ability to generate mango fruits in the future. So remember, the whipper is the effect that we are going to get in the future. If you make the conditions for something, then we are going to get the results out of it in the future. If the nature of this karma that I am performing today has the intention of wholesome, or if I did with a pure mind, a pure intention, it can generate desirable experiences in the future, desirable results in the future, because that is the nature of this seed of karma. Why do we need to understand about the law of karma and how karma works? If you had a good understanding about the law of karma and how karma works, it is very easy to be compassionate on others, and it is very easy to be compassionate on yourself. In this long samsara we have performed both good and bad karmas. Everyone is subjected to this law of karma. Sometimes we worry about the things that has happened in the past, right? What is within your control and what you can change is this present moment. I hope you got a little understanding about the karma and how it works. So until next video, stay happy and stay safe. We hope this content has given you some insight into Buddhist teaching. Please like and subscribe.